Good evening and welcome to night number 2 of the Speedweek recap show. It was MicroMania, and on a dry, slick Sunday afternoon surface, the best in the United States and all over the world went to battle for $10,000. The racing started with Ryan Greth showing his strength in the heat races, gaining the most passing points by dominating and picking up quickly on the dry surface. Dash race was to set the top 12 for the feature event. Time trials were run with Greth setting the fast time and also taking the win in the dash. It was then time to set the main event. From the C main to the B main, and out of the B main, Heath Henley led the field of 5 to the main event. The green flag flew on MicroMania for 50 laps of action. It was a rough start on lap number 1, the yellow coming out right away for Jimmy Brookins and Tom Kohler. 0 laps in, there would be a restart and give everybody another shot at the fastest guy all night, Ryan Greth. On the green flag, Greth would pull out to the early race lead. Rutherford, Lewis, Walton, and Scott Sawyer would make up the top 5. They would run that way with Greth opening up about half a straightaway advantage over Rutherford by lap number 5. A wreck right in front of Greth as he got to lap traffic involving Texas Tyson Hall and Mark Yoder, bringing out the second caution of the event, giving Greth open racetrack again. At the caution for the 2 on lap number 6, it was Greth over Rutherford, Lewis, Walton, and Sawyer. On the restart, Rutherford would try the bottom to get by Greth, but Greth would power away back into the race lead. Tyler Walton would also challenge Shane Lewis on the restart, Walton driving into 3rd. In the top 5, it was all former winners of MicroMania except for Tyler Walton, who had a plan of crashing the party. On lap number 9, Brian Carver would also join the fun, moving into the top 5. Lap traffic was on the horizon come lap number 11, for Ryan Greth, who would quickly go to work. Greth can credit his advantage over Rutherford for most of the race by his willingness to drive through traffic. He at one point made it 3 wide, right away, moving away from Rutherford. Half a straightaway advantage with 15 laps down for Greth. Rutherford had about the same advantage back to Lewis, who was battling with Walton and Carver for the 3rd position. Greth would finally have to abandon the top side and go to the bottom on lap 16 while he worked through traffic. That was Mike Rutherford's chance to close in. Open track for Ryan Greth on lap number 23 would quickly be neglected. As the fuel stop would come, yellow flag on lap number 25. Greth was leading Rutherford, Lewis, Walton, and now Brian Carver. The question was, could he hold on? During the fuel stop, it was quickly noted that Brian Carver was leaking water onto the speedway. Mike Rutherford had complaints that his car was a little too loose off the corner. Walton, who felt like he had something for the win, just couldn't quite get through traffic the way he needed. For Greth, it was simple. A half a turn here and a half a turn out there, and the 1J was dialed back in for the restart. With the fuel stop coming to an end, it was now time to see what the second half of MicroMania would bring. The restart order: Ryan Greth, Mike Rutherford, Shane Lewis, Tyler Walton, and Mike Dicely. Making up the rest of the top 10 was Brian Carver, Scott Sawyer, Joe B. Miller, defending champion of Speedweek Jeff Hartman, and surprise top runner Darren Ruggles. On the restart, Rutherford would pull to the bottom, try to pass Greth again, but Greth would hold him off. Finally, Tyler Walton would complete the slide job on Shane Lewis for 3rd. Walton was now in contention in a big way. Lap 31, traffic would become a factor again. Greth up high, Rutherford down low. That's the way they would stay as they battled. 35 laps down now, and Greth is still the race leader, but Rutherford is working the bottom hard. With 10 to go, Greth still leads Rutherford, Walton, Dicely, and Lewis, as Dicely has picked off Lewis for 4th. 3 wide, Greth continues to drive through traffic, but then a quick bobble puts Rutherford right there. In the meantime, Brian Carver's number 71 slows, and the yellow flag is thrown on lap 43. Greth leads Rutherford, Walton, Dicely, and Lewis. On the restart, Ryan Greth shows the strength and pulls away, and with 45 laps down, he holds half a straightaway over Mike Rutherford, on his way to the win. It would be Ryan Greth's second win in a $10,000 race in Pennsylvania. He's the first driver to repeat in the big race during Speedweek, and now can be referred to as the $20,000 man. It was Ryan Greth taking the victory over Rutherford, Walton, Dicely, and Shane Lewis.
Give him the check.
Yeah!
Let him hear it, Ryan Greth. Gonna put $10,000 into his bank account.
Filling out the rest of the top 10 was Joe B. Miller in 6th, Scott Sawyer in 7th, Darrell Ruggles in 8th, Jeff Hartman 9th, and Ryan Smith 10th. Coming up to finish 11th was Tim Buckbalter. He earned a hard charger by gaining 9 spots. MicroMania goes into the books, and night number 2 goes into the books, which means we have to take a look at the point standings. Mike Dicely shares the point lead with Shane Lewis. Both drivers have 105 points. Joe B. Miller is 3rd in the point standings with 99. Brock Zarafoss is 4th with 98. And the defending champ Jeff Hartman is 5th with 97 points. Going into Path Valley tomorrow should be an interesting event. Make sure you're there for the 3rd leg of the 2012 Pennsylvania 600 Speed Week.